So, what is going on, guys? My name is Ad, your host at Adzad TV, and today we have got a special chat with Biblical Reaper. Now, Biblical, can you just tell a little bit to my viewers who don't know who you are, and what is it that you actually do?
Okay, so basically, I do Call of Duty on YouTube. I started about 2.5 years ago, so I'm just basically a Call of Duty YouTuber.
Yeah. So, how did that start then?
To be honest, I had a passion for playing Call of Duty. I turned to the internet when I got involved. It was during Modern Warfare 2. I started looking for, tips and tricks and stumbled upon YouTube, and then decided a couple years after that I wanted to start doing it myself because I'd seen everybody else doing it, and I believed that I could actually accomplish it.
So, when you say accomplish it, do you mean that, this could be something career-wise, or was it just a hobby and you just thought it was a good place to sort of channel your energy?
No, I actually knew from the start that I could do it for a career. I mean, I'm a true believer in whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish it no matter the outcome. Sometimes hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, of course. So when you're saying like you could do whatever, you could put your mind to it and accomplish it, what was it for you that made you feel that way? Because I speak to a lot of guys who do YouTube or music or just do whatever in life, and they don't always have that, I'm going to accomplish it. I wish everyone did have that attitude. But what was it for you that sort of give you that?
I guess that it just related from my real life stuff. I mean, in real life, that's the way I am. I'm just a driven person. So whatever I put my mind to, I just keep going until I get to where I want to be, I guess.
That's awesome. So what's the story then? So you started Call of Duty, or you started YouTube in general. You started posting bits of gaming content and all that stuff. And did you just blow up overnight, or was it a slow, gradual process? Can you just let us know?
No, it's never a blow up process on YouTube unless you're 1/1,000,000% of somebody who actually gets lucky.
Yeah.
You got to be able, when I first started, I was just doing regular commentaries, and that wasn't working well. I did that for about a year. I got to like 10,000 subscribers in my, no. So sorry, I got to like 1,000 subscribers after like 8 months, and probably 5,000 after a year or something like that. And then going into my like year and a half range, I was at 10K, and now obviously I'm at 64K.
Yeah.
So it's a grind, man. You got to be able to adapt to what the audience wants to watch. And I realized that when I first started my Black Ops 3 news series, I did a series called Black Ops 3 News. It was before the game came out, and basically it was just all speculation and, trying to figure out what the next Call of Duty was.
Yeah. So I've done a bit of research on you yourself, and I remember back in the day, like, we do have a mutual friend there as well. And I remember back in the day when you had a couple of thousand subs and stuff, and I imagine now, obviously with you being on 64,000, that there's a bit financial gain in this for you. You can make some decent money out of what you do on YouTube. Now, when you had 1,000 or 1,500 subscribers, I can't imagine you were making a lot of cash. So what was it for you that made Biblical Reaper persevere on YouTube?
Well, to be honest, it was, I wanted to do it for a career, but it's never the money because I was making plenty of money at my real job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I spent a lot more money. If you're talking about the investment side of YouTube, I spent quadruple, not even quadruple, like 100 times what I was making. Yeah. But that's not the point, is that I wanted to succeed in this, and the money wasn't an issue. But now when I start getting bigger, I see what it's capable of, right? For my size, I'm just getting a taste of what a huge channel would make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine because, contracts vary to size, to, your growth and stuff like that. So it's definitely a good feeling to see, some return on all the hard work you put in.
Definitely.
Not that money's at the forefront ever on the whole situation, but, if
it's more of a byproduct of success, in it.
Right, exactly. So any big YouTuber, if they said they didn't care at all about money in the whole situation, is not true. I'm not saying money's everything either, but it's very important when you're putting, let's face it, you have one shot at life, and to accomplish what you want to do and be free, financially free. And a lot of the bigger YouTubers who do YouTube, are pretty free. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of work behind it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, work many hours and editing and collecting videos and getting ideas together and doing it as a living is not easy, but you have a lot more freedom in your life. And that's what's most important to me in life, is having freedom and not being controlled by a corporation or a huge company.
That, you know what it is, I couldn't agree with you more. That's the belief, and that's why I do YouTube. For you then, if you didn't have that financial backing of your other employment, would you still have took YouTube as far and as persisted as far as what you've done? Or would you thought, you know what, I'm not making the money that I did set out to accomplish, it's time to knock it on the head? How would you sort of cope that way?
That's kind of, I mean, it's not a matter. It was never a matter of money. It was like right now, I would rather make $0 from YouTube and be growing twice as fast, if that makes sense. I'd rather have 1 million subscribers and make $0 from YouTube than to make $100,000 on 10,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? I'd rather grow. That's my number one. As many people to see my channel as possible. That's my only concern.
Of course. So what was your what would you say the key for you then? What was the unlocking thing that made Biblical Reaper go from a channel from 1,500 subs up to 65,000 subscribers?
Honestly, it's learning what people wanted to talk about and filling a market.
Was it just more trial and error, would you say?
Right. YouTube's always a trial and error, unless you, like I said, with one of that lucky percent that does something viral and then you just make it overnight. And we've seen, I mean, I know you've watched YouTubers.
It does happen though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's just crazy. Like they'll just start gaining, 10, 15, 20,000 subscribers a day, literally. Yeah. And that's just unfathomable, but for 95% or 99%, I should say, it's a grind, man. It's there's many nights where I'm up till 3:00 in the morning after working 12 hours and then, waking back up at 6:00 in the morning, just, 3 hours of sleep making videos so that I have a couple videos ready the next day, because in the Call of Duty world, it's very competitive. And if you're not doing 2 videos a day, you're not making it. That's all there is to it. There's so much saturation in it that you have to provide multiple types of videos a day.
See, that's the thing, though. When you are putting that much work into it, at the end of the day, everybody knows, it's no secret. YouTube, you are putting yourself on a platform to the rest of the world. Regardless of the rest of the world, see that content, that's up to them. But surely you are sort of subjected to a lot of hate as well as likes, you know what I mean? Has that ever been something that you maybe have got in your way, or have you faced challenges along those lines as well, or has it all been plain sailing for yourself?
So when I first started blowing up, I started getting a lot of hate, and it was basically based off of search engine optimization. And I mean, there's been many things that, like, basically, if people don't understand something, they are inclined to hate on that subject. And there's always some truth to every story, but there's always a second story to every story, if that makes sense. So
of course.
So, I got a lot of hate, and it was rough, man. Like it got to the point where it was like, Jesus, man, it just doesn't stop. It one after another, after another, and after another. And I'm sure I haven't even hit the plateau. I'm sure even more is coming, right? Like, I know it's just a matter of time. But, at first it bothered me. Now it's just like, whatever. I just got to keep my eye at the end of the light of the tunnel and just keep pushing and just push everything else away and look at what I'm going for. And, on YouTube, it's with basically what it was is called SEO, or search engine optimization, which is basically what YouTube teaches you to do in the first place. Like, they have literally classes on your dashboard when you log into your YouTube account if you make videos on how to do this stuff. It's no big secret.
But people do still find the time to sort of punish people who use that, don't they? That's the thing. And I think that's what you yourself is, it really is inspiring, the fact that you have been subject to criticism as what everyone else is. As you've said just there, it's came to you more than what it has to a lot of people. But the fact that you've persevered is unbelievable. I just want to ask you one more thing, and that is for anyone who's aspiring to be a musician, a YouTuber, or a career path in life, what words of wisdom would you give?
So I'm going to break this down into a couple different parts, and it's pretty serious. So,
Yeah.
I'm a business type of minded individual. I always have been. I went to college for it, and that's what I have a degree in.
Yeah.
So, I said at the beginning of this interview, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work, and that's the truest form. I'm not the most talented YouTuber in the world, right? I'm not the best, but I can continue to strive to become better and perform better and work harder than other counterparts and prove my worth in that way. And sometimes that's better than being the most talented person in the world.
Of course, definitely.
Maybe you won't go down the path of instant overnight celebrity status on YouTube or musician or whatever you want to do. But if you keep going, you will win if you don't quit. I truly 100% believe in that. We all, one of my biggest criticisms is that I stutter. And, it was hard for me to find a way to edit that out. And I've actually overcome that a lot, probably 90% better in my videos. And, I'm very proud of that. And not everybody notices that, but I've found ways to fix my wrongs in what I do. So
it's not necessarily wrong. It's just you.
Right. But in the defense of, devil's advocate in this situation, some of the criticisms about that is correct. I go back and watch some of those old videos and I'm like, oh my God, that was terrible. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Jesus, that's so bad. Like I kind of want to just delete that video, but it's part of my history and I don't want to lose my history on YouTube. But at the same token, I can look at what I do now and know that I've taken the steps I needed to improve, and I'm proud of that. I'm 100% proud of what I've done.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Biblical Reaper. It's been absolutely brilliant to have you on the show. If the opportunity comes again, are you happy to come back on Adzad TV for another chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks a lot again there, man. And
I'll give one last thing to the people that are watching this that, like you said, you deal with a lot of musicians and YouTubers and stuff like that. I can't say this enough. You will win if you don't quit. That's it.
Awesome.
I'm out. Biblical
Cheers,
Reaper
man.
Style.